All right, let's fucking do it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the greatest show. It's me, your host, Dusty. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. We have a pretty big show, and it's the fourth show this week. How am I doing this, folks? Been working my ass off this week, so did a true crime special last night. If you guys didn't see that, was pretty good. The latest in the Jeff Garapie controversy. Thinking slightly that he might be guilty, folks. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. As always, 10 floating cats on the world's greatest show. So if you guys want to support it, please consider super chatting me. Super chat's the lifeblood of the show. Every question answered, no questions dodged. Like over here, like let me move myself over here by the chat. There's like a money button. You click that, and then you donate. And then the more you donate, the more serious I take your question. But whatever you donate, I'm going to read every single thing you say. So please support the show if you can. And all the cats, I would appreciate it in the super chats. Thank you in advance. And all right, folks, got a decent show for you guys tonight. Gonna start with some woke panic. Guess what, y'all? UFC done gone woke. Hell yeah, about time. About time. I think we'd all agree they needed to be woke. I'm gonna cover the Robert E. Lee statue controversy. Also, they freaking out about that, y'all. I got some religious bullshit coming your way. Gonna cover a little bit of Palestinian news, not too much. Finish up some Trash World, Chud watch. So hell yeah, let's go ahead and get started. That's not helpful, Mr. Pretty Boy. He's like, I'm not trying to help you, motherfucker. All right, let's do it. Time for some whoa panic. There we go, almost in time. Woke panic, there we go, hell yeah. Nailed it as always. And first off, on tonight's woke panic, boom. UFC, folks. So you guys remember the Bud Light controversy, right? Sure you do. Dylan Mulvaney, trans influencer, got a bottle or a can of Bud Light with her picture on it. And Bud Light was like, hey, we'll mildly sponsor your channel to seem like we're more inclusive, and we want to get trans people and people who are all for trans rights to buy our beer. This would be a great idea. And then none of us would have known about it except for the rightoids freaked out about it. They were like, no, Bud Light, you can't have a trans person drink your beer. That's just too far. Hey, we can let Catholic priests rape our kids, youth pastors have sex with our children all day long, but not a trans person drinking Bud Light. That's just too much for us to handle. So the next thing you know, boycott. They were like, we have to destroy Bud Light. We have to make an example out of them. So every company that comes after them knows that you're not allowed to even mention trans people exist. Even the mention of trans people. Cancel, gonna cancel you. So they did it. Cost them like $1 billion or some shit with all of their boycotts and whatnot. So next thing you know, super genius, super woke. Bill Gates. Bill Gates is like, I bet Bud Light is going to turn around. I bet eventually the conservatives going to have the brains of goldfish. They ain't got no memories. A year or two down the line, stock going to go back up. So this prime time to buy some stock. So Bill Gates got out there and bought $100 million in Bud Light's parent company, y'all. He was like, I got an idea. Next thing you know, and look at the dollar amount, $100 million. Next thing you know, UFC gets a $100 million contract from Anheuser-Busch to be the number one sponsor of Bud Light. Hell yeah, they got Bill Gates money. I love it. I love it. Bill Gates so smart. So UFC is basically like a political party now almost. It's like CHUDS Central. It's like an arm of the Republican Party, basically. Most of the fighters are right-leaning. Dana White is giant friends with Donald Trump. They're continuously pushing right-wing talking points, right-wing narratives. So not a shocker to see Anheuser-Busch trying to rehabilitate their image by going with the most toxic right-wing company they could find, the UFC. And don't worry, folks, I'm sure it wasn't about the money for Dana White. If there's one thing I know about Dana White, it's how much he hates money. And he got out there immediately and started defending it. And here's the weird part. Like, there were so many right-wing influencers like Sean Hannity, Watermelon Head Charlie Kirk, who were like, we have to make them pay the penalty. We have to destroy Bud Light forever. Eradicate this company. And now, because the UFC got a $100 million check, all the right-wing influencers are just willing to let them off the hook now, it seems like, or most of them, help rehabilitate their image. Because why not? I guess Bill Gates was right. They are goldfish. So here he is. Sean Hannity having Dana White on there so he can sell Bud Light to everybody and rehabilitate the brand's image.
UFC President Dana White, he just announced that Bud Light, yes, the Bud Light, will become the official beer partner of the league. Now, after veering off course, which I thought was stupid, into the, woke cultural wars in the country, is this a strong message from Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light that we've heard you loud and clear and we're getting back on track? It
is. The strong message is fuck trans people. We didn't actually care about that to begin with, y'all. We were just trying to pander. Please forgive us. We'll suck your dick if you drink some Bud Light. So, yep, here's Dana White on the spot to shill.
Anyway, here with more on all of this brand new partnership is UFC President, CEO Dana White is with us. So I had you on my radio show today. Been on radio 30 plus years. Been here. I'm in my 28th year at Fox. And, what's interesting to me is I refuse to call for boycotts, firings, cancellations, any of this stuff. I'm against all of it.
Right.
I thought it was stupid of Budweiser or Bud Light to get into that controversy. Just dumb. And I have no idea why.
Wasn't it a controversy? There's no way for them to predict you guys are going to freak out about it. Literally nobody would have known about it if you guys didn't shove it down your fans' face all day long with this fear-mongering. So, yeah, not a shocker. If you guys make the problem happen, there's going to be a problem. But anyway, Dana White is like, yay, Bud Light. Hell yeah, we all about it. But don't worry, folks. It's not about the money. Even Charlie Kirk, who demanded Anheuser-Busch be razed to the ground, is willing to forgive and forget for the UFC.
This unbelievable, powerful, American-built business, a lot of their core values align with mine.
Definitely.
As far as...
and by core values, he means money.
Military, I'm a big supporter of military and law enforcement.
He's not just pandering whatsoever. This is not just bullshit, patriotism, and jingoism. He really cares, y'all.
And I love their their thing that they do.
The thing they do.
Folds of honor.
Oh, yeah, you love it so much. You remembered it so well. That's how much you care about all this. You couldn't even fucking remember the one talking point you memorized there, Dana White.
Yeah.
Exactly, where they have...
They do their thing.
They've spent like $44 million over the last however many years.
That's not a lot.
For scholarships for fallen heroes, whether it's military or first responders.
How does a fallen hero get a scholarship? Doesn't that mean they're dead?
And I could go on and on for days about how much.
Sure you could. You seem to know so much about it. I guarantee you could go on days and days for this thing you super care about, Dana White.
With Anheuser-Busch. Hey, whenever there's a big natural disaster in the United States, they turn the plant into a water bottling factory, and they've done like 100 million bottles of water for people in need during natural disasters.
Right. He really cares about that, folks. It's not about the money. So even Charlie Kirk like, okay, we forgive you, Anheuser-Busch, but don't do it again. But not everybody is willing to forgive and forget, folks. A lot of chuds freaking out about it. Holy shit. It's hard to parody conservatives because they're such a parody of themselves, but here is just a few minutes of what kind of right-wing content the right-wing influencers are putting out.
Were you the one making the call on that one? Yeah, most importantly, because I feel we are very aligned when it comes to our core values and what the...
You don't have any?
No, Dana, no, stop it. You're lying. Stop lying. What the brand stands for. I'm looking forward to all the incredible things we will do in the years ahead. Oh, my God. Bruh, are you going to send out specialized belts to different trans fighters that are going to come in? Or are you going to have a 120-pound straw weight trans woman
I would
category.
love that. That'd be great.
Is that going to be the new weight class you're going to
I'd actually
add
watch that.
instead of a cruiserweight division that you
Hell
needed?
yeah.
Anyway, so I'm getting off on another tangent. Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light have always been on the cutting edge of iconic sporting moments that fans remember forever, and reuniting with UFC is a continuation of this industry's leading legacy. Oh my God. Anheuser-Busch CEO Brandon Whitworth said in a press release, this guy, man, as one of our largest and long...
God damn it, conservatives, not the best. You guys are so boring. You're not good at this. It's sad how well you do in the ratings, and lots of people freaking out about it. I expect a loss of profits and viewership for UFC as a result of their extremely stupid decision to partner with the infamous Bud Light. Piss water! Get woke, go broke, UFC / Dana White and Jonathan T. Gillum. He's another hero bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Hey, UFC announces Bud Light as official beer partnership with Anheuser-Busch. No Bud Light. And Mark Dice, popular right-wing influencer Mark Dice, is like, the dumbest move in marketing, aside from Bud Light partnering with Dylan Mulvaney, is UFC accepting them as their new official sponsor. Way to read the room, Dana White. Moron. Got a couple thousand likes for that. Love to see him cry. They still gonna watch it anyway. You know, rednecks can't pass up seeing people punch each other in the fucking face. And even over there on Dim Tool Show, they had Cash Patel over there, and they're asking the serious questions, y'all. What would Daddy Donald Trump think? I bet he wouldn't like this, Dana White.
But I this is what did Bud Light try to sponsor? Harley Davidson? It didn't work.
Yeah,
No,
it didn't
nothing worked.
Do they really think? I got to be honest. I'm willing to bet there's a lot of MMA guys who are going to be like, F no.
Pissed.
Yeah.
Pissed.
They're going to be.
Yeah, but they're just independent contractors. What the fuck are they going to do? They're going to do whatever Dana White says. He rules that thing with an iron fist, so nobody gives a shit what they think.
Here's what I imagine. You're going to hear like press conferences with some fighters, and they're going to rag on Bud Light. It's gonna be worse for Bud Light by trying to do this. For whatever reason, MMA guys tend to be particularly based, as it were, or red.
By based, he means fucking idiot conservatives, mostly because they get punched in the head for a living.
Pilled.
It's all that testosterone and working out. You know?
Yeah, it's that toxic environment that using the insecurity of other men judging you continuously as fuel to impress them.
Seen the entrance that Donald Trump made at the last UFC fight in Las Vegas? Dana White and Mark Wahlberg both said they've never heard anything like that. Do you think Donald Trump is going to walk back down hand in hand with Dana White holding a freaking Bud Light? Like, you're right. Those fighters, I know a lot of them. I live in Vegas. My buddy has one of the most successful MMA training centers and owns like half the fighters in the UFC. These guys are not going to tolerate this, and they have massive social media following. But
Spoiler alert, they will. They will do whatever they're told to do because they get large checks from Dana White. As I'm going to show you, Sean Strickland speaking out in favor of it. He is the latest UFC champion. But yeah, it's like the UFC's new ring girls. Hey, get it? Get it? This is both transphobic and racist at the same time. Super cool. I'm picking up what you're putting down, fucking racist. But yeah, Sean Strickland, who is a right-wing chud shitbag, giving his comments about what he thinks about UFC being sponsored by Bud Light. And despite what Dim Tool said, I know it's going to be shocking, but he's wrong again. Sean Strickland ain't got no problem with it, which I'm going to show you if this video will actually fucking load. Come on, you can do it. You can do it, website Newsweek. Come on, ad loading. So, any second now, any day now, this is gonna fucking load. Come on, goddammit. Bullshit. All right, let me continue on and maybe it'll load while I'm waiting on it. There we go. All right, fine. Better late than never. So anyway, despite what Dim Tool said, here is what the latest UFC champion had to say about it.
So guys, I'm on my way to training, and I just found out Bud Light's a new sponsor. And I applaud you guys. I am so proud of you guys for doing the right things after that up. You know how I feel about transgenders. I go hard. Just what I do. I'm the biggest advocate of biological females. If I said my views on transgenders, I would get kicked off Instagram.
You get that all the time.
I cannot wait to pick up a big old Bud Light can and fix you, Bud Light, because you guys are doing the right thing. I, Sean Strickland, a representation of the American people, are going to fix you, Bud Light. Thank you for giving me money. Thank you for supporting my platform. I'm going to help you guys.
Lights will guide you home, and I will try to fix you. Bud Light, there you go. So they're all on board. They look at it as a sign of Bud Light being apologetic, forever thinking about being diverse or inclusive. So I'm still going to drink. I don't care. Like, I don't give a shit either fucking way. I drink whatever. Beer's fucking beer. But hilarious. Can't wait to see what the fuck happens. And then did you guys hear about what happened to the Robert E. Lee Confederate statue? So you guys remember in Charlottesville, where we had the Jews would not replace us, tiki torch white supremacists out there. There's violence, and then Trump was like, there were fine people on both sides, even though there weren't fine people on both sides. Well, anyway, they were having a rally to save the Robert E. Lee statue. Remember Robert E. Lee? He was one of the Confederate soldiers who risked his life, fought, killed people in order to enslave his fellow human being. Actually, was a slave owner who viciously, brutally beat his own slaves, including females. Yeah, you know, that fucking giant traitor who literally turned his back on the United States in order to try to keep slavery alive and well. Yeah, so maybe we should have monuments to slave-owning traitors. So they eventually took it down, folks. Finally, after all this time, they were like, hey, this doesn't represent all of us, definitely. Doesn't even represent most of us at this point, so maybe we shouldn't have these in our town squares. And they decided to melt it down and make a new piece of artwork. I think it's for some kind of African-American museum or something. But they went hardcore with it, folks. They cut Robert E. Lee's face off and then melted his face down, y'all. Some symbolism right here. I am Iron Man. Pretty cool. I think that's badass. So it goes without saying, right-wingers not particularly happy about this, folks. It was an attack on whiteness and all of that. And here's some messages. I pray I live to see the day it will be them cast into the furnace. Yeah, you guys deserve to, I guess, die and go to hell and be tortured for eternity because you don't want to have this racist, slave-owning piece of shit lionized in front of your public buildings. Actually, there were some more I didn't even click on. I didn't read them all. And this one. Globo homo equivalent of beheading video. Humiliation pornography for the world's gayest cartel. Yeah, basically, isn't that what it is, folks? Aren't they really just beheading somebody? This is basically murder, y'all. That statue is fucking alive. I don't know why I keep closing this. And then last but not least, you filthy fucking journalist, all in brackets. That means Jews. Whenever you see a word in brackets like this, that means it's the Jews. The Jews. You filthy fucking Jews. And the mob of brown kids you enlist for your cultural war on American history. Robert E. Lee was a better man than every single one of your people put together. And he wasn't. He was actually quite awful, quite horrible, not a good human being, in my opinion. And this isn't Robert E. Lee. This is you, white man. That's right. They're cutting the face off you, white America, and they're melting your face, oh, white America. And basically as the status symbol for white America, I'm okay with it. Yep, do it. Cut my face off, melt it down in my whiteness. I don't have any attachment to it whatsoever. It's all good. And even Elon Musk getting in on it, folks. The Washington Post posted Charlottesville Robert E. Lee statue has met its end in a 2,250 degree furnace, to which Thad is like, literally my ancestor. Okay, probably my ancestor too, but also fuck him. We carry the Lee name as a first middle in my family. Okay, good. Jeffrey's middle name is Lee, too. I don't hear him fucking bitching about it, although he probably will. While I didn't need a directly insulting gesture to tell me that my kind is hated, and many seek our extinction, he means white people. The implicit cues were strong enough. I appreciate this image making it absolutely clear, to which a white supremacist Elon Musk is like, they absolutely want your extinction. This is literally just white supremacist talking points. It's the great replacement. They literally want to destroy white people. Genocide white people, according to Elon Musk. Like, holy God. Good luck getting those advertisers back, Elon. You might want to keep your fucking mouth shut. And then, yeah, this person was like, they didn't put this in a museum. They didn't even auction it off to raise money. No, they burned it because they hate everything it stood for. They hate the people it represents. And that's sounds exactly right. We do. We hate everything it represents. Racism, slavery, traitors, and those who would romanticize those things. So, unironically based. I definitely agree. And last but not least, on the woke panic, drag has been a part of entertaining troops since pretty much the beginning of the military. Men dressing in drag and dancing around singing has been around for fucking ever. But of course, nowadays, the whiny piss baby snowflakes got to freak out about everything. Here's the latest from libs of TikToks. They're like, U.S. Army soldiers dress up as drag queens while wearing uniform. As previously reported, the Navy also hired a drag queen to help with recruitment. Our enemies are laughing at us. Yep.
I was like, let me show you how to
abracadabra these bitches. Know I got
you sliv, girl. Sliv, get it? I'm sorry. Anyway, this appeals to the youth, and they're trying to stop the hemorrhaging of lack of recruits, right? They need more young people in the military. This is how you get them. So cry more. Lives on TikTok. I love to see it. And that is my woke panic. Hell yeah. What you guys got to say about that shit? Hot. Yeah. I'd hit it. My three-legged kitty cat Dorito is laying in my lap. Hell yeah. Give him some scritches from me. They hate slavery. I do hate slavery. Not a fan. In my opinion, seems bad. 2024 Trump on these nuts, says Third Eye Backwards. All right, I will. I'll Trump all over these nuts. People from the South love their racist ancestors. Not me. I don't like my racist ancestors. I actually looked my whole lineage up and I only found one slave owning ancestor. So pretty good, Dusty. I'm only slightly evil. What else we got here? I'm panicked. Me too. I'm with you. Femboys need love too. Hell yeah, they popular as shit. You should check out 4chan sometime. Like half the post all about the transgender ladies. Great name for cat Dorito. It is a good name for cat. All right, move right along, folks. Get your super chats in. Right now, we're gonna do some religious bullshit. All the party people sing religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. It's time for religious bullshit. Just your mamas now. It's time for religious bullshit. Hell yeah. And prepare your not a drag queen emojicons, because this week, in prison mega church pastor charged with child porn. He was already in prison. This was a very popular mega church pastor who basically was using his position to have sex with these 16-year-olds in his congregation. Fucking all y'all's kids. Keep taking them over there to him, you fucking morons. Then over in Indiana, church member Matthew Wallace has been sentenced to 25 years in prison for grooming a 13-year-old girl and raping her in their church basement. Yikes. Here's some post. Always some post. Thank you, President Trump. Oh, he's a Trump supporter? So shocking. How is that possible? I signed a letter to Congress to make clear that if they send any legislation to my desk that weakens the protection of human life, I will issue a veto. Doesn't he really care about children, y'all? He sure does. Ben Shapiro says society has unjustly omitted rights of preborn human beings. He cares about the kids so much, y'all. He just wants more kids to be born so he can rape them, clearly. Obviously. Enjoy prison, you sick fuck. Meanwhile, I'm going to play this clip for you guys, and guess what happened. Okay, just guess what happened.
We'll take a look at this, a billboard you see up here. It looks a lot like a sign of pride. It's grabbing a lot of attention tonight, and it has Atlanta's LGBTQ community feeling targeted. Thanks for joining us. I'm Savannah Louie.
And I'm Alan Devlin. The signs are promoting a website affiliated with a Cobb County church, encouraging people to seek freedom from a sinful lifestyle. Atlanta News First, Amanda Rose, I should say, has the controversy now playing out this Pride Month.
They are basically demonizing folks who identify as LGBTQ.
Anger, shock, and pain are some of the emotions that overwhelmed Darian Aaron with the LGBTQ media advocacy group GLAAD as he looked up to see this rainbow billboard on Cobb.
So basically I put this billboard up that says, proud to be delivered. Trying to get people to come into their church and get prayed for being gay. Pray the gay away. Drawing all the gay people to their church so they can help them. And yeah, they raped a gay little boy who came in there. Yeah, a 15-year-old boy came in there and the youth pastor raped him. So yes, they were drawing in gay people to be prayed for, but then they preyed on them. So unbelievably shocking. Yep, here he goes. That guy. Cobb police have arrested 32-year-old former Worship and Wonders former Director of Operations Marcus Turner, charged him with 4 counts of child molestation with a 15-year-old male church member. Nelson is the former Director of Children's Ministry for the Growing Church. Yep, pure fucking evil, folks. Exactly what you would expect from these sacks of shit. Meanwhile, I'm starting to think the Christian youth might not be very mentally healthy. They literally are making videos like this and putting them out themselves. And first off, it's so cringe. Secondly, you're trying to make yourself look so fucking badass, and all you're doing is coming off like a fucking psycho. Good God, seek help, dipshit.
I fear God, and I don't fear nothing else.
Yeah, look at that badass. He don't fear nothing, y'all. He's fucking fearless. He's so awesome. He only fears God. Well, that's really all you need to fear, because there is no God. God is a man-made construct from evil people who will use that construct to use you, to brainwash you, to control you, which seems to be working just fine. All they have to do is wind you up and point you at anybody they want to hurt, and you'll fucking do it, you goddamn cult member. And secondly, my new favorite type of videos I've told you guys about repeatedly are the thirst trap Christian videos, where it's very obvious that the only point of the young people that put out these videos is to show off how hot they are, how sexy they are. But they do it under the guise of, I'm so pious. I love Jesus so much. I'm doing this for Jesus, y'all. They're like mental children. How do you put this out there and think anybody doesn't see right through you? I mean, I'll give it to him. He's fucking hot. I got like a flea on my back or something. It's fucking biting the fuck out of me. God damn it. But he's sexy as shit, but yeah. His favorite chapters are the Bible. He's all biblical and shit. He's giving his life to Jesus, y'all. Totally. He's doing this for Jesus. This is not all about him in any way whatsoever. This is not about showing his hot ass 8-pack or anything, folks, and but his face. Don't look at his face or anything. He's got cool hair, but yikes, that face. But anyway, dude, transparent as fuck, you mental child. And meanwhile, speaking of mental children, holy God, could somebody do a welfare check on Stephen Baldwin? This guy definitely is not mentally all there anymore. I don't know if he ever was. He used to be an actor or some shit. Used to memorize lines and stuff and pull out pretty good performances. But now his brain is just Swiss cheese. I don't know what kind of drugs that he has been addicted to over the last few years, but they have not done his mind any good. So prepare yourself from some amazingly deep thoughts from American legend Stephen Baldwin.
Darkness cannot exist in the presence of light. Darkness cannot exist in the presence of light.
What?
darkness cannot exist in the presence of light.
I understand. I understand everything now, y'all. Darkness can't exist in the presence of light. Oh my God, I believe. I believe. Looking good, Steven. Looking real good. Whatever you're doing, keep it up, brother. Definitely working for you. Holy God. And then, on the religious bullshit. No fun allowed, everybody. No fucking fun allowed. Right-wing cult. Mad at Halloween. They always do this every fucking year, folks. Anything fun, God is against. So, libs of TikToks are like a geometry teacher in MP Zaz came to teach dressed as Satan. Yeah, it's Halloween, dude. That's just a normal Halloween costume. Wearing horns and a pitchfork. It sounds fun. He reportedly held the pitchfork over each student's head and said, "Hail Satan." Cool. That's the best teacher I've ever seen. As they walked in the classroom, what are teachers pushing Satanism on the students? They're not. It's a fucking joke. It's Halloween. Dude probably doesn't believe in fucking Satan. It's a you dipshits that believe in Satan. Look at this fucking satanic panic. What year is it again? Meanwhile, Charlie Kirk, Watermelon Head, back to let us all know, no, you guys don't have any fun. The Bible specifically says you're not supposed to. God made things fun on purpose so that you would deny yourself those things and be miserable your whole life as a test because he loves you.
Let's get to this one. Charlie, I heard you say recently that at an event that a man wearing a woman's dress is an abomination. Where do you get that from? Is it biblical? Yes. In fact, let me get the verse here.
A lot of times, like they all
so do. There's a couple things that are considered to be an abomination to God. Now, there are some things that are considered to be an abomination to the Jewish people, like not eating shellfish. But in Deuteronomy 18, for example, do not practice divination, sorcery, fortune-telling, witchery, casting spells, holding seances, and channeling with the dead. I actually want to start with this one, Deuteronomy 18:12. Halloween is coming up, which is All Saints' Day, but let's just be honest. Halloween is a dark, dark day.
Definitely.
Not a fan of it.
I know.
It's what you do with it. Not a fan of all the kind of dressing up.
Way too fun.
All that nonsense. I don't like it.
I know you don't.
And if you are a Christian, you must be, and by the way, if you're also a Jew, because this is a Old Testament law,
also
you must not engage in any of these practices of the occult.
Good. Stay your ass home.
I find that there is far too much kind of joking around and playing loose and fast with this stuff.
No, can't have fun.
There is legit darkness that can be channeled and put in. And by the way, this is an Old Testament law, so this goes for both Jews and Christians.
I don't give a fuck.
When you enter the land of God, do not learn to imitate the detestable ways of the nations there. Okay.
Yeah, the Bible also specifically says not to have a Christmas tree, but you never listen. Good God. No fun allowed from you goddamn hall monitors. Meanwhile, you guys remember the last show I talked about, the best clip I showed, MAGA pastor Shane Vaughn, who says God told him that Jim Jordan was going to be made the Speaker of the House. Remember that? And he was like, I told you so. And then, of course, Jim Jordan did not end up becoming Speaker of the House, which proves he doesn't talk to God or know what the fuck he's talking about. Anyway, let's play a very short piece of the clip.
Just hours ago, Jim Jordan was nominated to be the next Speaker of the House. Now, this spells major trouble for the Democrats. So let me just sing my little song real quick. I told you so. Oh, I told you so.
So he goes on to brag about how right he was, how God told him and he told us so. And then the next thing you know, of course, Jim Jordan did not win at all. Mike Johnson won. And so I told you guys when I played that clip, it's not going to matter. He's going to have some excuse why he wasn't wrong. He's going to have some excuse why he was actually right and God actually told him the truth. And once again, I was right. His excuse is Mike Johnson and Jim Jordan are actually the exact same person, y'all. Yeah, it just makes sense. Fuck logic. When I said Jim Jordan was going to win, he did, because him and Mike Johnson are copies of each other.
Mike Johnson is Jim Jordan because he is Jim Jordan's protege.
Oh.
We all wanted Jim Jordan.
We didn't.
But the difference in Mike and Jim is that Jim has a lot of haters, a lot more haters than Mike Johnson has. Only because Jim Jordan has been in the limelight and the spotlight, whereas Mike Jordan has not been. Okay. So everyone that was for Jim Jordan, myself included, you can be happy because Mike Johnson is Jim Jordan. He tells everyone that Jim Jordan is his mentor. And anytime someone's your mentor, then you become a duplicate of them.
That explains it, folks. He wasn't wrong. He's not a false prophet. God did misinform him. They're the same person. I did some mental gymnastics. Explain it away, folks. Send me money. Just holy God. Their words mean nothing. Regardless of what they say today, they'll say the exact opposite tomorrow with a perfectly straight face. And once again, folks, as I tell you repeatedly, it's a cult of stupids. What you're about to witness here is mass hypnosis. It's people that want to be involved in this cult so bad that they're willing to do whatever they have to do to signal to the other cult members that they're one of them, regardless of how embarrassing, how stupid it is. And it doesn't matter that the guy, the cult leader, who is leading this in this mass hypnosis is not attractive, not smart, not funny, has literally nothing going for him. None of that shit matters. Because they're the lowest quality people you can possibly imagine. Oh, cringe warning for those susceptible to cringe-induced injuries. This is Rodney Howard, who blows into his mic and his entire crowd breaks out into holy laughter. You guys know what holy laughter is? That's where the Holy Ghost enters you and you just get the giggles and you can't stop laughing. It's a real thing, y'all.
Are we flying?
I think it's fucking performance they're putting on, y'all. So, yeah, I was carrying him, but I fell out too. It's all a show. These idiots working with the preacher to put on a show for these motherfucking idiots. Like, if somebody really fell out like that, you would want to get them medical attention, right? That's how you know everybody in this audience knows this is not fucking real. If somebody passes out, the first thing you want to do is check to make sure they don't have a heart attack or some shit. The fact that no one's rushing their aid proves that they know this is bullshit. The blankets. Look how evil this guy is. Holy shit. It's Doc Ock, man. They literally have superhero villains as the leaders of their cults. Here it goes. Mass hysteria. Do they want to be a part of it? Look at these fucking morons. Holy God. Yeah. Imagine having that much power over these people. That's why he's got multiple jets. It doesn't take much. They want to be used. They want to be abused. They want to be fooled. They want to be taken advantage of. They want to be victims. Anything to belong, literally anything they have to do. The most pathetic people on the fucking planet. And this is their God, holy Lord. Just so fucking embarrassing, dudes. And that is my religious bullshit. Hell yeah. Gonna get one more section in before we do the super chat, so get your super chats in before halftime. Comedy show, funny, I guess, in a sad way. Yeah, rat teeth for sure. Jim Jones glasses and vibes. Got that whole Jim Jones thing's going. Sinister laugh. I know, right? It's creepy as fuck. God did that. I do believe you. How could you not believe after witnessing that? Proof. Proof of Jesus, y'all. And all right, move right along, folks. Going to cover very quick Palestinian section. Free Palestine. And still horrible, horrible, horrible. Now they have created a CGI video in order to explain away why they're about to bomb a hospital. This is the IDF, the Jewish government, released this video today explaining why they're about to bomb this hospital. It says, intelligence-based illustration video regarding Hamas' use of the Shifa hospital, both above and below ground. Apparently they have a fallout vault underneath the hospital. So, hey, we have no choice. We have to bomb this hospital and everybody inside of it and all the children and kill everybody. We're the good guys, y'all. So prepare to see that next, because that's coming up. And yeah, if you actually believe this is anything more than justification for bombing a hospital, I'm profoundly worried about you. Yeah, breaking. It's now confirmed that Hamas operation headquarters is stationed underneath the Al-Shifa hospital. If that's true, then you put fucking boots on the ground and you go in there with special forces and then you kill the bad guys. You don't just willy-nilly bomb the whole fucking place with innocent children, injured people, sick old folks inside, right? If you do that, you are the terrorist. You are part of the fucking problem. But not going to listen to me, I'm sure. Meanwhile, the UN passed a non-binding resolution for a humanitarian truce in Gaza. Guess who voted against it? Yeah, only 14 countries led by Israel and the U.S. voted against. So, yep. Fuck y'all children. Fuck your hospitals. And the Onion relentlessly hammering Biden over this. Once again, not missing. The Onion says, Biden expresses doubt that enough Palestinians have died. And it's exactly what he's done. They're still going to give blank checks to Israel, bomb whoever you want to, kill as many of them as you want to. And when they tell us how many of them have died, we're going to say we don't believe them. That's exactly what Biden is doing right now. Meanwhile, Biden and James Woods seem to be on the same page. James Woods, the executive producer of Oppenheimer, says, bomb the savages who did this back to the Stone Age. There are no gray areas. Kill them all. Every Hamas savage and every Hamas supporter on earth. Bury them with the entrails of pigs. So just outright calls of violence on Elon Musk's Twitter now. Good luck on getting those advertisers back there, Elon. Seems like it's not going to happen. Meanwhile, Amy Schumer back at it, folks. And there is a sea change. This is absolutely right what this post says. Schumer says, Senator Schumer is pushing a very fair bill that gives Israel the money she needs to defend herself. We've already given Israel over $100 billion. $100 billion. We give them like $4 billion every single year. How much is enough? How many weapons do they fucking need? And provide ample funds to protect innocent civilians in Gaza, which you don't give a shit about, Amy Schumer. Please call your senator to tell them to support it. And no, he's not my dad. Yeah, he's like your uncle or some shit. But anyway, 20,000 views, only 93 likes. So they're losing the propaganda war, folks. Amy Schumer committed career suicide. The side that normally would have her back, the left-wing side, abandoning her. No one's liking her shit. It's over for you. You and Sarah Silverman going to have to go do the old folk circuit for too long. And, oh, yeah, here she is again. This is your daily reminder that Jews are not parading in the streets calling for violence against Palestinians or Muslim countries. Yeah, but they have killed 7,000 of them, including thousands of children. Don't you understand, Amy Schumer, how actually killing thousands of children is worse than parading in the streets calling for violence? Calling for violence is better than doing the fucking violence, Amy Schumer. Holy God, read the room. Or don't. Just go the fuck away. Meanwhile, the dumbest among us is who's in charge of the Republican Party. Here's super classy Coke Jr. Problem solved. You're welcome. How to stop Hamas. Sexy goat. Trigger. Atomic bomb. I guess they want to nuclear bomb them? And yeah, they're all goat fuckers, aren't they? Just kill them all. Just good God, hacky, outdated shit. And all right, that is my very quick Palestinian coverage. I didn't want to cover that too much, but you got to cover, some of it. Wish I could be like Ethan Klein and be like, I don't want to talk about this anymore, but you can't do that. And folks, I really need you guys' help. I need you guys to become patrons. Could you please, I put out 4 videos this week. I'm working my ass off, and my patron has dropped pretty heavily in the last couple months. So look, here's how this works. Just click on this video you're watching now. See, here's the video you're watching now. If you click on the more here, the very first link is to my patron. If you click on that, and it'll take you to my Patreon. Just click become a member, and then it's whatever you can afford. Like literally whatever you can afford. If it's $1 a month, if it's $2 a month, if it's $3, I hate to ask, but I don't run any ads on the show. I don't sell anything. I don't con anybody out of money. I'm 100% just making content, lots of free content. And if you like all the free content I make, please consider supporting it on Patreon. It'll make you feel good, and it really helps me and the cats out. Thank you for your time. That's my commercial. And all right, let's read the super chats. Hell yeah. Super chats. Ivy Evans, what up, Ivy Evans? Gave 10 Cult of Dusty memberships to 10 of you lucky Dusties out there. Thank Ivy Evans, the hero that we all need. And I better see all you guys at After Party. Have a great After Party for you guys tonight. We're going to cover this woman's wife went missing, but he didn't kill her. She actually went missing because she got involved in a religious sect. And I'm going to play this video of him explaining her disappearance so you can see the difference between him and JF Gariepe. Somebody who's actually telling the truth about their wife's disappearance and somebody who's not. And the difference is so stark. So be sure to tune in tonight's After Party. And Jason Ashby making sure 5 more of you get to do so. So all of you 5, check the community section of YouTube for the link to the After Party tonight, and thank Jason Ashby. And Thick Corgi, $2. What up, Thick Corgi? Good to see you. Catalina Garibites. What up, Catalina? Gary Epi, more like crap Epi. I know, right? Murdery Epi. Brian Paul, $20. Very generous. Hey, Dustmaster. What, as of this week, become the frozen North Dakota? I wish it waited until at least after Thanksgiving to drop a load of snow on us. But yeah, climate change. Love to the feline minions. Yep. Getting a little colder here. I just bought me a new heater and shit, so I'm getting prepared for it. Got me a new electric blanket, so stay warm up there. Brian and Suburb. Ow! Where do Eskimos keep their chickens? In an igloo. Bad. R Bananas, what up, R? For your dinner tonight, Dusty, I'm celebrating, feeling a bit better. Hey, I'm glad to hear that. By eating some fried chicken from Popeyes. Love that chicken from Popeyes. Hope all y'all doing well. Sending love to the kitties and pups. You and the Dustyverse. Hell yeah. Love back to you, R Bananas. I'm glad you're feeling better. Thanks for joining me tonight. Rocket. $10. Thank you, Rocket. 6923. Love you out there. Justin Joseph, $10. Hannity said after the main incident that he trains MMA. That's coming up in the Beyond parody. Don't get ahead of me, Justin Joseph. Already reading my mind. Appreciate you. Dave Cow, $5 New Zealand. Only the right wing can make us be on the side of a crappy bear. I know, right? Somehow they find a way. And Big Back Corvette BBC, once again, the hero of our show tonight. On a serious note, I love all of you, ladies and gentlemen, but here is my advice. No matter how hard it gets, and no matter how hard things seem, do not give up. Boy, do I have a crazy long story to tell you guys soon. Feed the kitties and cats, and good for me, yes. Inspirational words from BBC. Obviously, he's doing pretty well for himself. So a man to listen to. Everybody, love to BBC in the chat. Appreciate you, hero. Jason Ashby, 5 more socialisms for you lucky folks. Better see you tonight at the After Party, and thank Jason. $20 from Venture Van. This is my last day on second shift, so from now on, I'm catching every show. Hell yeah! Hopefully I can keep it doing the 3 shows a week. The ratings have been a little bit down. I don't know why. But whatever, it's all good. See y'all next week. Monday, you better be there with us. Hell yeah, I'm planning on it. Come hell or hot water. I'm usually here for you guys. Yogi Bear, 6363. You can speed up your internet by petting a yellow cat. Woo, pet this cat. Speed up, internet. Do it to it, please. Scoop Magooter. It's weird how Republicans will tell us their party feed the slaves and in the same breath fight to keep the statues of their loser enemies. You're erasing our history. Yeah, pretty obvious. It's all about racism. Swagger Cat. The Pharaohs send their regards. We might have a new regular. Hell yeah. Bring them all on. The more the merrier. Thank you, Swagger Cats. Mitchell Guide. I love me some Mitchell Guide. Get the kid 10 Cult Dusty memberships to you lucky Dusties. Better see you at the after party. Thanking Mitchell and $10. No problem for being late, Mitchell. You are forgiven. Chuck L. Amy Schumer, trust fund baby who was poor. Yeah, I know, right? Nepo babies. And MDMJ Creature, $20. Very, very generous, MDMJ Creature. Appreciate you and love me some MDMA. And out for the $8, $2. Hello, I'm poor. Hey, it all adds up. I appreciate you. Good to see you, not UA. And anybody else who wants to chip in, plenty of time. Going to read all the rest of the super chats at the end of the show. But for now, it's Beyond Parody / Trash World. Beyond Trash World! Trash World! And first off, on the Beyond Parody Trash World, we're just talking about this. You got ahead of me, Sean Hannity. Badass, steely-ass missile man, Sean Hannity. Just basically solid muscle. He come to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and he's all out of bubblegum. He knows exactly what to do if there's a mass shooter, y'all. Somebody comes at him with the AR-15. Sean Hannity is trained in MMA.
People. What bothers me, and I could literally probably count the seconds before an incident like this becomes politicized. And that part of it I never like.
You literally are the one that politicizes all this shit. If it's anybody except for a right-wing gunman, a MAGA-loving gunman, a chud terrorist, anybody except for that, you're all over to politicize. You only don't like it when it's somebody on the right doing the terrorism, which it usually is, Sean Hannity.
Because that's not going to bring back lives. And then I always ask the question, when something like this happens, what is your plan? What do you do? I have a personal security plan. I train in mixed martial arts. I've been a big believer in this.
Yeah, he trains in mixed martial arts. Bring your AR-15 on. I'm going to get you in a go-go plata. Says super badass. Definitely not doughy bitch, Sean Hannity. And then on the Beyond Parody. Why didn't we think about this before? Charlie Kirk has solved it, y'all. He has solved the Russian-Ukraine war. Charlie says, there are a ton of conversations about the U.S. possibly demanding a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. But why don't I hear so much as a whisper about us demanding one between Russia and Ukraine? Got him! Oh my God, what a gotcha. Only, yeah, it's the same reason, like, I can't tell your kid what to get at the store, but I can tell my kid what to get at the store because I'm paying for it. We are paying for the Israeli war, so yeah, we have a little bit of leverage to say don't commit war crimes, but we're not paying for the Russian war. They invaded all on their own, so we don't have any leverage against them, Charlie Kirk. Hope that helped. And then last on the Beyond Parody. Trump Jr., all the maggots are freaking out against RFK Jr. now. Hoisted by your own petard. It was you guys who did this. You guys are the one that sold him to the public. You guys are the one that put him on Joe Rogan, Charlie Kirk show, all over Fox News. Democrats didn't want him. No Democrat, period, has claimed him. And they're like, Trump Jr. rages that RFK is a Democratic plant. Oh, my God. I love it. You guys fucked yourself. Now eat your own shit. Fucking coked out bitch. And then on the Trash World, sliding into some depressing bullshit. Extremists shout slurs and shut down a California drag queen story hour. Yeah, they all mad at Pickles. Pickle the drag queen denied entry to a drag queen story hour. Meanwhile, not a single one of them protesting at a church. In fact, they dropped their kids out at Vacation Bible School so that the youth pastor could babysit them while they're here yelling at this drag queen, folks. So, just trash humans. Here's some more of that. Literally, these complete fucking fakes don't care in any way about children. Still, not a single child has come forward to claim they have been groomed at Drag Queen Story Hour, nor has a single parent claimed this. Yet every single day, at least one youth pastor or priest raping y'all kids, getting arrested for it. So you don't give a shit about your own kids. You're all fake. You're all transparent. This is nothing but bigotry, and we all see through you. Meanwhile, another week, another MAGA terrorist attack. This time in Maine, chud-ass conservative extremist kills 18 people. Suspect Robert Card, a 40-year-old Maine resident with an extensive military background, was transported to a hospital this summer after officials reported he was behaving erratically and, went on a killing spree. Killed all kinds of folks. So they looked at his social media accounts. And shocker! He was all right-wing all the time. 100% MAGA. This happened at 6:41. Here's what it's like in America, folks. It's an AR-15 for you. I know AR doesn't stand for assault rifle. It stands for Armalite, but it is a fucking assault rifle. There has never been a weapon like it to allow you to go in and just easily murder large groups of people. There's no way to kill this number of people like with a handgun. It's too hard to aim and kill such a massive amount of people and switch out. You can kill a lot, yes. But there's a reason our military uses AR-15s almost primarily. There's a reason it's such a good tool for war. It is an assault rifle. Terrifying as shit. And like I said, they checked his social media accounts, and it's all exactly what you would expect. Babylon Bee, Jim Cramer, he loves cat turd. In fact, here's a video. Before they scrubbed it, folks, I'm about to show you. Elon Musk immediately scrubbed this guy's timeline, deleted it, because it turned out he was a big Elon Musk fan. But before they did, somebody took a video of it showing the people that he's supporting. There's Kevin McCarthy, Tucker Carlson, of course, Donald Trump Jr. out here getting people killed, Dinesh D'Souza, the Babylon Bee, everybody you would expect. Jim Cramer. There's Jim Jordan again, more Kevin McCarthy, Elon Musk, he's a big Elon Musk fan, Zuby, conservative rapper Zuby. Yep, you guys are out here getting people killed. This is who you guys are influencing. More Elon Musk, in wokeness. Sponsored by Elon Musk, cat turd, loves him some cat turd. More Tucker Carlson. Benny Johnson, funded by billionaires, right-wing influencers, more Kevin McCarthy. And it just goes on and on, folks. A who's who of MAGA conservatives. That's who this guy was following before he went on his killing spree. And so, as I said, yeah, Elon seemingly bleached the shooter's Twitter account so that the shooter didn't seem so right-wing when they're releasing the people that he was following. Tucker Carlson, McCarthy, Babylon Bee, Dinesh D'Souza, Elon Musk, Mark Cuban, Benny Johnson, yep. And as somebody pointed out, when a shooter murdered a woman who had a pride flag on her business, Twitter took days to suspend the account that was filled with anti-LGBTQ posts. When the main shooter had his social media exposed as a far-right Elon Musk fan, it was taken down instantly. This is how free speech works in Elon Musk world. Scrubs everything he doesn't want you to see. Everything else can linger for a little while. Meanwhile, of course, the rightoids are doing what they do. They're denying this guy was on the right at all. Just like they always do, folks. They cannot ever take any responsibility. So they go out, they encourage, they influence these people. They spread fear, misinformation. They whip these people into a frenzy. They do stochastic terrorism. And then when the people go out and commit violence, they deny that they had anything to do with it. Numerous verified X accounts are claiming the main mass shooting were false flags. That's what they always fucking say. After they cause the problem, they always pretend like it's someone else who did it. Laura Loomer, one day ago, interesting. And tomorrow, Joe Biden is giving a speech on a proposal for an assault weapon ban at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Wow, interesting timing with what just happened in Lewistown, Maine tonight. Yep, you helped cause the problem. Don't take any responsibility. Ron Watkins, who was the Q behind the QAnon count, said, why is there a shooting every time they want to distract us? Shadow of Ezra, FBI just staged another shooting. Jordan Sater. Every time the deep state pulls a false flag mass shooting and tries to ban guns, I just want to get another AR-15. Ultra MJ Truth. Do you see how this works? What is the common theme when bad news is about to break against them in brackets? That means the Jews. Just over and over and over again, folks. It's always somebody else that did it. They never take responsibility. They're never to blame for fucking anything. It allows them to keep spreading violence, keep spreading terrorism, not have to feel bad about it. Garbage humans. Meanwhile, they put out shit like this. Perfect timing for Democrats to change the subject and attack guns again. Rather than the evil that they've invited into our country by kicking God out. Yeah, that's the reason all this is happening, folks. It's because we kick God out of the country. God is such a giant sack of shit that he will let innocent people get murdered because other people didn't want him in the country. Why would you worship a monster like that, conservatives? Not me. Meanwhile, you know who's sort of a hero of the situation? I can't believe it, but Piers Morgan, actually one of the lone sane voices on Fox News, trying to talk sense into these bloodthirsty idiots.
At some point, you've got to do something more than you're doing. And I wouldn't use the word control. I think that's part of the problem with this whole debate. When Americans hear the word control, they think instinctively federal government control, and it alienates any chance of any compromise. Gun safety is the way this should be debated. How do you make it safer? How do you stop these loopholes, these guys slipping through the net? I mean, it's obviously a catastrophic failure. In Maine, they have yellow flags, not red flags. Why? Why? Why don't you just have a red flag system all over the country? You have 400 million plus guns in circulation. 1 million new guns are sold every month in America. This problem's going to get worse, not better. And at some point, as your friend, you know, as the great ally, I simply say, you've got to do something more to stop this. You can't keep having the Groundhog Day of these people with these semi-automatic rifles going into civilian areas and gunning people to pieces.
Can you?
As your friend.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Of course.
We have these guns because of you. Because of your country.
I know.
Because of your king.
I know.
And we haven't had that problem with the king since then.
I know.
With respect, as your friend.
Respectfully, here's my response. I cannot buy in the United States of America a Kinder Surprise chocolate egg.
Kinder Egg.
They're banned. They're banned on safety grounds because the little toys inside them might choke people. A British Prime Minister, I won't say which one, but one in the last few years, told me he was stopped at LAX because he had some for his nieces and they confiscated them because they were a health hazard. Now, I simply say, you're a country of many freedoms and many regulations. How about regulating guns in the way that you do Kinder Surprise chocolate eggs?
Okay. With respect, do forks make people fat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. God, such stupid fucking idiot arguments. This is why we're never going to change, folks. This is who's the lead of our media. Just always the same exact fucking nonsense all the goddamn time. And then even on the left, folks, even on the left, it's a trash planet. Why is Anna still talking about birthing people? It's like they're a glutton for punishment. It's like J.K. Rowling. They get obsessed. Their egos just won't let them let this shit go. Oh my God, some trans people criticize me. Must beat this dead horse over and over and over again. Just so disappointing. Here's more of this bullshit from Anna.
So, to answer your question, you are correct. I do not like to be bullied or pressured into saying things or believing things that I do not believe.
Okay, no one is pressuring you to say birthing people. Literally no one is making you say that. A couple academics and some pin-headed reports that they wrote use this terminology to be inclusive when they were speaking about trans men who got pregnant. Specifically for that one purpose, they used this jargon. If you don't want to fucking use it, don't use it. No one's forcing you to. No one's taking anything away from you. No one's destroying your womanhood. What the fuck you talking about?
I find that terminology degrading. Okay?
Why? Ignore it. No one is using that terminology towards you, Anna. They're using it only in the very specific circumstances where they're talking about trans men who are having babies.
Why?
Because I'm not a birthing person.
Okay, fine. No one gives a shit.
Okay, I'm a woman.
What's wrong with being called a birthing person?
Well, first of all, not all women even have the capacity to get pregnant. So it's degrading to them to be.
How? No one is saying that only birthing people are women. What the fuck are you talking about?
Essentially, to have their womanhood questioned if they're not.
What a point.
Unable.
No, you're talking about trans people. That's how trans women are. They have their womanhood questioned. No one is questioning your womanhood if you can have kids. The birthing people jargon has nothing to do with that.
Able to have kids to begin with, but also, I mean, look. This is the thing that annoys me about this entire issue and conversation, because they'll turn around and they'll say, no one's calling you a birthing person.
They're not.
Okay, does someone need to call an individual who finds the N-word offensive, the N-word, in order for him or her to find it offensive?
Oh my God, dude.
Or degrading.
Isn't that the same thing, folks? Isn't referring to some trans man who might be having a baby, a birthing person, isn't that the same thing as using the N-word? Isn't that the same thing of insulting all women? Isn't it? It's not at all? These are not in the same fucking universe? What even is this?
You get what I'm saying?
Of course.
No one needs to be called that word to find it problematic or to have an issue with it. And besides which, I was called that, okay? Yes, in a medical setting. But this is a doctor who knows I'm a biological woman. Call me a woman. But I had a conversation with that doctor. Why did you feel the need to call me a birthing person? Like, where did that come from? And in California, medical providers are basically like told that there will be penalties if they don't use the proper terminology or if they're caught doing anything discriminatory.
You're telling me in California, doctors are penalized if they don't use the term birthing people. If they say woman or mom, they're going to be penalized. You're really saying that with a straight fucking face, Anna. It makes me have to question every other goddamn thing you say when you talk this kind of nonsense.
Toward the trans community. Now, if they're actually doing something discriminatory toward the trans community, I think medical providers absolutely should face consequences. But the idea that we should change all of our terminology, even toward women who want to be called women, in order to be inclusive is ridiculous.
Okay, no one's doing that. You're just literally making this fucking shit up, I guess, to make yourself the victim because you can't let it go. But what a hill to die on. Just disappointing as shit. And that is my Trash World / Beyond parody. Anybody out there agree with Anna? Speak up now, forever hold your peace. And work your way to the Bill Maher Show. Yep. I guess it's more lucrative tapping into that audience. And Jesus F and C, I know, right? No. Totally disappointing. Just stop. Agreed. Let's generalize. Her head structure is middling. She don't deserve for her name to be spelled right. I'll have to come up with a nickname for her. Now you annoyed everybody. Good work. Yep. Anna, what are you thinking? All right, move along, folks. We got a Chud Watch coming up. And I guess that's it. I got one palate cleanser to end the show with. So get your super chats in. Gonna do the Chud Watch, and then that's going to be the end of the show tonight. So we got about 20 more minutes of show. Let's do it. Chud Watch, talking about Chud Watch. We talk about Chuds and make fun of them. And first off, on tonight's Chud Watch, y'all, we got to talk about the new Speaker of the House. I can't believe they picked somebody worse than McCarthy. Holy God. So basically, this guy was the de facto lawyer from Trump. Didn't directly work for him, but he was the architect trying to get the 2020 election overturn the will of the people, and saw Trump as a dictator. This is the guy. This is why they put him as Speaker of the House, folks, because Trump doesn't give a shit about America. All Trump cares about is Trump, and he wants this guy to shut the government down. He wants to collapse our economy in order to hold our government, our whole country hostage, in order to keep him out of jail, in order to pressure Congress or our government to, I guess, defund these prosecutions and let him go free. Literally, the only reason this guy was handpicked by Trump to be put in that position And it's exactly, he's a Christian dominionist, folks. Not shy whatsoever about saying they want a theocracy. They're taking the fuck over, y'all. Bad. Very bad. Let me give you a few examples here. First off, here he is claiming we're not a democracy. Yeah, the guy that wants to destroy democracy, end American democracy, feels this way about it.
What's happened, Alex, over the last 60, 70 years is that our generation has been convinced that there's a separation of church and state. Right? We heard that term all the time. And most people think that that's part of the Constitution, but it's not. Remember, I'm a constitutional lawyer.
Yeah, no separation of church and state. That's not even in the Constitution, only it fucking is. It absolutely is. And here's the clip.
You know, we don't live in a democracy because a democracy is two wolves and a lamb deciding what's for dinner, okay? It's not just majority rule. It's a constitutional republic. And the founders set that up because they followed the biblical admonition on what a civil society is supposed to.
Yeah, we don't live in democracy. We live in a constitutional republic. Only a constitutional republic is a fucking democracy. It's a type of democracy, but these people hate democracy. They know the more people that vote, the worse they do. And so, as always, they're trying to disenfranchise the voters. This is also the same guy, and this is creepy as fuck, folks, argues in this newspaper op-ed that we should criminalize homosexuality and we should go in gay people's houses and arrest them for what they're doing in their own bedrooms. I shit you not. Homosexuals do not meet the criteria for a suspect class under the Equal Protection Clause because they are neither disadvantaged nor identified on the basis of immutable characteristics, as all are capable of changing their abnormal lifestyles. The Texas law punished conduct, not status. There is clearly no right to sodomy in the Constitution, and the right of privacy of the home has never placed all activity within the home outside of the bounds of criminal law. What about drugs, prostitution, and counterfeiting? Make no mistakes. He's literally saying we should go to people's houses and arrest them for being gay. This guy is 2 heartbeats away from the presidency. He's third in line for the presidency right now. He is the most powerful politician in the world, pretty much, other than the president. And perhaps Donald Trump, who's not actually a politician at the moment. But things getting worse and worse here to insane levels. Meanwhile, they're just outright admitting who he is. Here's evil Steve Bannon talking about how Mike is the architect of trying to overthrow our elections.
There's a lot to do and time to make up, and we don't have a second to waste. Here's the important thing of Johnson. He is part of the Trump era. All he's known is the Trump era. He won in 16 when President Trump came from behind to win in the great 16 election. He's been here. He was one of the intellectual architects of pushing back on the stolen election. And the audience understand, the mainstream media is now going to hound him as Biden legitimate.
Yes, he tried to overthrow our government. He is one of the intellectual architects of a coup against our democracy. So yeah, it seems fucking bad. Meanwhile, as the latest latest mass shooting happens, here's his views about what's causing all these mass shootings.
Some of y'all were around in the late 60s. You remember what that was about. The counterculture revolution, Woodstock and drugs and peace and free love and all that. But more
evil peace and free love, y'all.
About the undermining of the foundations of religion and morality. Because if you remember, in the late 60s, we invented things like no-fault divorce laws.
Oh, no, horrible. I can't believe we're letting women divorce their abusive husbands.
We invented the sexual revolution.
Oh, no,
we
not
invented
sex.
Radical feminism.
Oh,
we
not
invented
feminism.
legalized abortion in 1973.
Oh, not abortion.
Where the state, the government, sanctions the killing of the unborn. All these things happened because, as collectively as Americans, we began to get together in growing numbers and thumb our nose at the Creator and say, we don't believe that anymore.
Exactly. We don't believe that anymore. We don't believe you fucking assholes who are using this concept to control us and do your bidding. Instead, we want to progress as a society, all work together for our own common good. You're goddamn right.
We're rejecting the founders' natural law philosophy in favor of moral relativism, and we are going down another path. Now, what we tolerate in moderation, our children excuse in excess. What happens when you fast forward another 30 or 40 years? Well, here's a picture's worth 1,000 words. Go to the next.
Apparently, you get a Christian dominionist as the most powerful Republican in all of politics.
For me, I mean, we know that we're living in a completely amoral society. And so people say, how can a young person go into their schoolhouse and open fire on their classmates? Because we've taught a whole generation, a couple of generations now of Americans, that there is no right and wrong, that it's about survival of the fittest, and you evolve from the primordial slime. Why is that life of any sacred value?
Because they're literally not taught them that at all. Every movie, every TV show, everything teaches you to respect life, respect other people, act heroically. The fuck you talk about?
Nobody sacred to whom it's owed. None of this should surprise us.
Yeah, well, then why so much killing in the Bible? If they held God's word as so important. Just nuts. Meanwhile, here he is right after the latest mass shooting, and guess what, folks? Guess what he's offering? Definitely going to be solutions, taking responsibility. What's that? Thoughts and prayers?
This is a dark time in America. We have
it is.
a lot of problems, and
we do.
We're really, really hopeful and prayerful. Prayer is appropriate in a time like this.
Definitely.
That the evil can end and this senseless violence can stop.
That's right. All we have to do is beg harder. We're not begging hard enough, y'all. Okay? All these mass shootings over and over again. It's our fault for not begging the all-loving, all-knowing God to stop letting us get murdered.
And so that's the statement this morning on behalf of
garbage. It's always the fucking same thing from these douchebags. They never have anything new to say. Just regress, never progress in any way. And we'll skip that one. And we'll skip that one too. I'm talking about this guy now. Also, apparently, he was bragging early in his career about adopting a black kid. And now he's being questioned about it. On Speaker Mike Johnson's first full day in office, half of the journalist world was looking into the surprise speaker's past. And his meteoric one-day rise from four-term representative to speaker, there was no time for anyone to vet him. But one part of that past came out of left field. Video surfaced of an interview Johnson did with Walter Isaacson just after the death of George Floyd in 2020, in which he revealed that he had an adopted black son, Michael. Johnson went on to explain that there was no question that his black 14-year-old son, Michael, faced challenges that his white 14-year-old Will never would. Many on the leftward side of the political spectrum were struck by Johnson's empathy and frank recognition of discrimination in contemporary America, while right-wingers denounce him for his wokeness. And then people notice, hey, why in all of your family pictures that you put out do you not have a black kid? Apparently this is the only picture of him with this Michael. But lots of people are like, I think that you probably did not adopt this kid. Because, yeah, here's your family portraits over and over again. No Michael in any of this shit. Where he at? Here's some more. Yeah, it's a bunch of white kids. Here's your family again. No Michael. So, I'm guessing maybe he mentored this kid. And, of course, he just wants to brag and be like, you know, I'm not racist. I'm not a racist conservative cracker. I adopted a black kid. You know, it's virtue signaling when he didn't actually do anything of the fucking sort. But what do you expect from these right-wing douchebags? Meanwhile, like, even if he did mentor a black kid, at least that was something worth doing. Something good. So, obviously, the right-wing douchebags attacked him for it. I dare you do something even half decent. We must immediately freak out and turn against you on it. Far right attacks Johnson over George Floyd's stance. Laura Loomer is like, once it became clear he would win the gavel on Wednesday, the left began to... Oh, that's not Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer writes, is he an undercover Democrat? What type of MAGA Republican says something like this? George Floyd was a drug addict and a criminal, yet the new Speaker of the House said his heart broke for George Floyd? I'm really MAGA. You know who my heart breaks for? Derek Chauvin. Derek Chauvin is an innocent man. He was sacrificed to appease the violent BLM mob. That was enabled by liars like Mike Johnson. Of course, Matt Walsh, Johnny on the spot to shit on somebody for doing something decent. He's like, full clip of the new GOP speaker saying that George Floyd was murdered and we need systemic change to fix racism in our country. Can't have that. Evil. Evil for being decent for half a second. Of course, the only good thing the guy does, and they hate on him for it. Meanwhile, folks, did you fucking see this shit? This is my last Chud watch. Holy God. So you guys know who Jason Smith is? Let me find you the clip of Jason Smith. I should have bookmarked it. It's right here in front of me somewhere. Oh, here we go. You guys probably remember this clip. He is one of the ones that was trying to prove that Joe Biden took a bribe. The Biden crime family. And so his evidence was a time period when Biden wasn't in office at all. And a journalist called him out for it. And he just completely fucking melted down. Remember this guy, Jason Smith?
If I'm not mistaken, timing then of the August 6th WhatsApp message. Why is that evidence of some wrongdoing?
I'm not an expert on the timeline. I would love to have President Biden and his family to tell us about all the timelines.
But if he's not the president or the vice president at that time, where's the wrongdoing? He wasn't even a candidate for president at that time.
He was a candidate.
In August 6th of 2017?
Apparently, what source are you with?
I'm with NBC.
So apparently you'll never believe us.
I'm not saying I don't believe you. I'm asking you a very direct question. You presented a piece of evidence that you say came on August 6, 2017, that demonstrates that Joe Biden was using political influence to help his son. If he wasn't a political figure at that time, the first WhatsApp message you put up, how does that demonstrate that there's some sort of political influence being put over him if at that time he is not he's not an elected official?
I'm definitely not going to pinpoint one item. I think we've outlined.
You presented it. It was your first thing that you brought up.
So apparently you don't agree with it. So
it's not that I don't agree with it. I'm asking you to explain it.
I'll take the next question.
I don't explain shit to you. We're just a bunch of liars. So anyway, and now that you know who Jason Smith is, apparently him and Matt Gaetz are having a feud. Jason Smith calling Matt Gaetz a liar. So Matt Gaetz goes on his podcast and outs Jason Smith. Outs his fellow congressperson. Let's have a look.
Police ally. So for Matt Gaetz to say that kind of stuff, it's simply not true. I know the dynamics of the 20 people that voted against Steve Scalise, the 25 that voted against Tom Emmer, and the 22 that voted against Jim Jordan. They were not the same people. They were all different people, and it was for different reasons. So Matt Gaetz is a foolish liar.
A foolish liar. We are back live. Jason Smith says, if my lips are moving, I'm lying. Well, you know what? If Jason Smith is breathing, he is living a lie. There might not be another member of Congress who lives a lie every day more than Jason Smith. And Jason Smith knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Me too.
And by the way, so does almost every member of the House Republican caucus. So there's a good deal of projection in Jason Smith calling me a liar when it's Jason Smith who literally has to live a lie. And I honestly pity him for that because, you know, it wouldn't be something...
Unlike you and your son, Nestor.
That I wouldn't live that way. I'll just put it that way.
No.
So, Jason...
You wouldn't live like a gay man. You should be so ashamed of yourself, Jason.
Would check yourself before you come at me with any accusations of being dishonest about what I say when you're dishonest about how you live and what.
Oh, boom! Nailed him. Holy shit. And I say, let them fight. I hope they kill each other. Trash taking it fucking self out. And that's my Chud Watch, folks. I got one short palate cleanser coming up. Before I do that, let's check on the chat and see what you guys had to say. Why's the chat not popping up? It's all good. Last chance to make Fat Dusty eat your money. For real, why is the chat not coming up? I don't really know. Weird. Nope, I didn't want that on. I fucked that up. God damn it, Dusty. Click on this motherfucker before I go nuts. You don't even fucking know. Alright, I don't even know why it's not working. Whatever, bull fucking shitter. Suck a dick. Anyway, please like the video. Hell yeah, like the video, everybody. You know you want to do it. Gaetz is a child molester. He's an ephebophile. That's different, y'all. I'm just kidding. Fat Dusty, hell yeah. I thought Beavis was the rude one. Nope, Butthead. It's always Butthead. Jason Smith loves the caucus. I get it. Hey, there he goes. Popped up over there finally. What the hell? Took you long enough, chat. And all right, moving right along, folks. I got one palate cleanser. Just a little video I saw when I was about to come on live. I thought it was pretty funny. I use the Facebook Marketplace all the time, y'all. I buy all kinds of things locally from the Facebook Marketplace. And so here's a video. Facebook Marketplace in real life.
Okay. Man, my grandmama's on life support. For real, for real, for real. She on life support. And they got to do. They got to drill out the bone marrows and shit, you know. And they said the doctor, well, they were about to do it to save her life. And the doctor's drill had died. Damn. And they said, like, today, he got to find a drill today to save my grandmama's life, dude. I ain't got no damn money. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I can get that drill from you to save my grandma. It's a good deal. Any chance you can deliver it? No, I will not deliver a free drill. It's free. All right. You got the drill? Yep, it's available. It's free. Hell yeah, it's my lucky day. Anyway, you can throw in a charger with it? Okay. All right. God. What good's a drill without a charger, man? You're trying to rip me off.
Pretty good. I like that one. That was funny. I wonder who that is. I didn't say who it was. Oh, the Marshall Pat. All right, everybody go subscribe to the Marshall Pat. Pretty good job, the Marshall Pat. Oh, the Marshall Patrick. Okay, the _ Marshall Patrick. Okay. Good job, the _ Marshall Patrick. I enjoyed that. I appreciate you. Good palate cleanser to end us with tonight. Hell yeah. And folks, once again, please consider becoming a patron. There's a link in my video, the description to my patron. Every single one of my patrons gets access to all my exclusive content. Right now, we're going to cover this story about a doomsday family in Arizona who went missing. And the husband, this fellow, did a video talking about his missing wife. And it's very interesting to see the difference between him and Jeff Garieppe. The difference between somebody who's innocent and somebody who's allegedly guilty. So join me tonight, right now, on the after party. Not going to miss that. All of the patrons and the Dust Buddies. I look forward to seeing you guys there. And all right, let's read the super chats. Big Black Corvette, 10 Cult Blessing memberships. Hell yeah, BBC got you guys back. Hero of the show, everybody love BBC. What up, Dan? I see Dan in a while. Dusty Buddy Furry Meetup. Dan wants to do a camping meetup or something, some kind of meetup where y'all hang out, maybe do some mushrooms or something. I don't know if anybody wants to come to Mississippi and do that, but we might set that up. We'll see. Mitchell God, the same maggots that just elected Johnson speaker suddenly attack him for not being racist enough. Such losers. Even when they win, let them fight. Yeah. Something mildly good he did. And of course, got to shit on him for it. They found the shooter dead, Dusty. Thanks for the show. Hell yeah. I'm glad. But should have never been able to get a hold of those guns, in my opinion. Mudbutt, $20. Here's a few bucks for your kiddies. Hey, thank you, Mudbutt. Very generous. And take care of that butt, buddy. Love you. Urban Moss, $5. It feels like Republicans are banking on Biden croaking and being able to get power away from Kamala Harris however they can. Hopefully she names a VP ASAP. I doubt Biden's going to die anytime soon. Hopefully not. It is so lying. I know. What the fuck's their problem, yo? So much better stuff to be focusing on than that, Anna. Get your shit together. Scoop Magooter. Can conservatives please stop lying about California? No, that is the answer to that. Absolutely, they cannot. Urban Mask, $20. Very generous, Urban Mask. I love you, sexy Urban Mask. Good. Dusty, heads up. Shooter just croaked during stream. Woo woo. You're welcome, everybody. I'll take credit for that shit. Mitchell Guy, $20. ARs are used in lots of incidents because they're a popular weapon, thus easy to get. They're popular because they used to be the Army rifle. The new Army rifle is much worse, so expect future incidents to get worse. How can it be worse? What is the new ones doing? What are the new ones? I want to look this shit up. Thank you, Mitchell. Appreciate you. Monica J. Kelly, welcome to Dust Buddies. You better spam the chat with impunity, and I better see your sexy ass at tonight's after party. You know you want to be there. Hello, I'm poor. Hey, I already read that. Cool. And, all right, I guess that's it, folks. Hell yeah. I'll be back Monday. Hell yeah. I got 2 days off. I've been working so hard. I did 4 shows this week. I ain't never not working, y'all. Please become a patron. Suck your dick for some patron, y'all. Anyway, see you guys on Monday, except for those of you joining me at the after party right now, where we have at least another 20 minutes of show to go. So you're not going to want to miss it. I love the shit out of you guys. And as always, we're going to do a little kitty party to finish this out with. Hell yeah, let me begin the music. An original song by Dusty Smith called Kitty Party. I wrote just for this special occasion, y'all. Y'all ready for this? I know the kitties are. All right, kitty party. Kitty party. All the kitties. Violet kitty party. It's Violet kitty party. Katana, come over here, Katana. Come over here, Katana, where they can see you. Come over here where they can see you. You're so dumb. Come over here. Over here where they can see you. There you go, Katana. Hell yeah. Kitty party. So we got Piper. Little Piper. We got Violet. We got Misty. We got Half Sash. We got Pretty Boy. And Miss Katana showed up. And that's all we got on tonight's kitty party. I don't see nobody else. So pretty good. A pretty normal turnout for tonight's kitty party. And hell yeah, thanks for everybody who supported the show. Thanks to all my patrons. The cats sure appreciate it. This kitty party dedicated to BBC for supporting the show, but also he's the one that sent the treat. So thank you, BBC. You fucking hero. Love the shit out of me some BBC all night long. And all right, folks, I'm out of here. Gonna go to the after party. The rest of you, I'll see you on Monday. Love the shit out of you guys, and I appreciate you. As always, till next time, Logic. Fuck yes! Good night, y'all. Switch over now.